Hey there, Neil Hibbert here with TechBargains.com, and today we're taking a look at Mark Bittman's How to Cook Everything cooking app, available for $4.99 in the iTunes App Store. This app here is available for your iPhone or your iPod Touch. There is a $9.99 version that's available for the iPad. One of the things that they really purport from this app is their no-nonsense approach to cooking. Whether that means straightforward instructions or kind of some variations that you may be able to throw onto a recipe, they kind of include it all in here to get the beginner or the expert making whatever dish they want to be able to make. So let's go ahead and just jump right in here. This is the main screen when you jump into the app, and as you can see along the bottom here, you've got your home, you've got your search, more refined search, we'll look at that later. You have your favorites, groceries for when you are going to the grocery store to pick up your ingredients, and finally your settings. So let's jump back here to the main screen, and as you can see, there's various different ways you can get into the recipes in the app. If you want, you can just browse, and it's kind of a top level down hierarchical menu system. So if you know, soups and then vegetables, meat, and so forth. If you don't want to do that, you can check out some of the special features down here. He's got some some recipes that he'll put in here, his favorites, and those will change. You've got your most favorite, and that gets voted on by the community. You have your holiday favorites, and also your featured items. So right there are some great ideas to get you started. Over here is kind of the informational aspect of the app, and this is for you to get more information on how to use equipment or different techniques, maybe for grilling or pan frying, information about vegetables, fruits, all the things that you might use, and again, just general basic information. So it's a great resource for information just on that, and we'll see how that integrates into the app later. Alright, let's go ahead and try the search. So you can just enter a generic search right here at the bottom if you want, but you can also make it more refined. So let's go ahead and try. Well, let's see. We want something with bell peppers tonight. Oops. And let's try a key ingredient here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try pork. And finally, for the style, let's choose Asian. So you can really narrow it down here to exactly what you want to make. And you even have a chance here for 4 other ways to filter, be it vegetarian, a quick meal, some other options here. So let's go ahead and search and see if we get anything. Alright, we did. And we see there's a couple of recipes here, and as you can see on the right here, it has the amount of people that have voted on it that they liked it, so that's another measure of how to determine if a recipe is good or not. And so now we're into the recipe. And for each recipe, you're going to have 4 tabs going across the top. You've got your overview, which is really great. He gives some insightful information about the recipe, kind of why he likes it, variations, different things that why he chose to include this app in here. And then at the bottom you've got some hyperlinks to other related information. Next over are your ingredients. Have all the ingredients listed here. What's really nice is on some of the recipes there's an option to use different types of vegetables or different ingredients. And when you have an option here, you can go ahead and, as you can see there, you can highlight the ones you're going to use. And the reason you're going to want to do that is that when you then go up here, you've got some options to share, send email, things like that. But you can go ahead and add it to your grocery list. Let's go ahead and add it to that one. And it went ahead and added it to them. And if you want to go ahead and check, you can go over here down here on the tab, groceries, and here's all the items that you're going to need for that meal. Now if you have some of the stuff at home, you can go ahead and mark off that you've bought it or that you already have it. Alright, let's go back to the recipe here. So you've got your ingredients. Next thing over is going to be the actual instructions for the meal. If we can get over there. There we go. And again, what's nice here is they break it up. So instead of having one long list of the directions, they break it up into either 2, 3, 4 steps. So when you're done with one, you can go ahead and go right over to the next one. Another nice aspect is they built some timers right into it, so you can just get it started going right inside of the app here, actually right on the screen. And when you go over to other screens, it'll keep the timer up there so you can still keep an eye on how much time you have. So you can get through all your steps, and finally you're at the end. And the last tab over here is some alternatives. So he might have where you can substitute some things in, or a different type of recipe that's very closely related to it. Again, another way to mix it up and try something new. Alright, that's kind of give you an idea about the recipes there. Again, as we saw, we have the favorites here, so we marked, we had one over here that we've already made, and so it's right there for easy access. Again, we showed you the shopping cart. You can sort it by how you would find it in the store, or just by alphabetically. You can also add things if you want that aren't on there already. And finally, let's just take a look at the options. Basic stuff, information about the app, ways to rate it. But what's interesting is they do stick the quick dinners over here in this last more section. So if you only have a limited amount of time, you can go ahead and jump right into those apps. Those recipes right there. I've got apps on the brain here. And finally, the settings. One thing we did really appreciate with our limited vision is the ability to change the text size within the app. We wish they built this into all apps, and we definitely took advantage of that. And at the bottom, as you can see here, you've got options for sharing to Twitter or Facebook. Alright, that's pretty much everything from the app. Now, we really like this app. The main reasons we liked it were its ease of use. You just jump right in, find what you want to do, and then once you've picked it out, really easy to follow directions. If you didn't understand something, you can go over right into the techniques. Maybe it was a term you hadn't heard before. You can go right in and find it. Things are very easy to find. One thing we wish they would have done is just put some hyperlinks right into the recipes themselves for terms that most people wouldn't know. They do have some hyperlinks, but not as many as we'd like. We also liked all the personal tidbits that Mark Bittman adds. He really does add a lot of value and information to the recipes themselves. Lastly, we did like just how easy it was to find everything. That's the main thing about this app, was just really easy to find recipes and carry them out. Some of the things we'd like to see them fix, again, were the links. Be nice to be able to just jump to a bit of information you need to have. They put all this great information in the app, and it'd be nice to, although it is easy to find, it'd be nice to just jump right to it. We would like to see pictures of the recipes. We understand that it takes a certain amount of memory to put all the pictures in, and they do have the pictures in the iPad version, but it would be nice to be able to see the final result there. And finally, while we were using this, when you're in the kitchen, your hands get dirty. We would have liked maybe a way to be able to go between these steps, maybe with a verbal. If you could say next or back, and it would go to the different parts of the recipe, that would be really cool too. Alright, as we said, overall, we really like this app. We did give it a 5 out of 5, and couldn't recommend it highly enough. If you like this review and you'd like to see more like it, please head on over to www.youtube.com/user/techbargains. Thanks, bye-bye.